All right, what's this? All right. What up, you? What up, you? What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? This no filter man hitting you guys again today with Dragon Ball podcast episode 5. Power up, power levels, power up. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do this episode. I was supposed to do this episode this past Saturday, but I had a family get together to go to, so I had to cancel it. And God, I'm sorry for doing that. MU, Ogun, Mayhem, SFM. I know you guys been, you love Dragon Ball podcast. So I know, guys, I'm sorry for doing that, man. I was supposed to start it up, and then I had to get up and we had go to family get together. So I'm sorry, guys, whatever, man. But yeah, this is episode 5 of Dragon Ball Podcast. I've been wanting to discuss this, especially with that bullshit power up with fucking Khalifa going Super Saiyan 3 now. That shit done pissed me the fuck off. So today let me put the chat, let me put the link to the stream, let me put the link to the thing so you guys can join into discussion anytime you want to. I tried to invite you guys to other round, but that shit, this bullshit pissed me the fuck off, man. You know that this invite link thing is fucking me around and shit. But all right, so what up, Mortify? Join the discussion, man. Um, what up, guys? What up, guys? Yeah, man. But yeah, this is episode 5. This is episode 5. This is episode 5 of Dragon Ball Power Ups. And the reason why I want to discuss this, because I want to discuss this Saturday until I have to fucking get my family get together. You know, in Dragon Ball, throughout whether before Super, before Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball, power ups have always been a fucking thing that pissed me the fuck off. Oh, you need to get all this power. Oh, his power level is this, his power level that. So I want to discuss it today and see his power levels is bullshit, his power ups is getting utter ridiculous to the point. And this is like a precast setup. I'm waiting for a couple of you guys to join in so we can have a really in-depth discussion about this, because I really want to have an in-depth discussion about this whole topic. Um, yeah, man. But yeah, man. It's like I said before, man. It's I saw the episode 113, and the reason why I'm glad I'm discussing this shit, because the reason guys I want to discuss this topic is that what a Mortify.
What's up, man?
What up, man? So all right, we're gonna be discussing power levels of power up, because I know we were supposed to discuss it last Saturday, but I had to get to business. But so, what's your thoughts on the power levels of power ups? Do you think it's utter ridiculous, or it's just getting utter to the point where just like it doesn't matter no more?
I've said this before last stream, I'll say it again. Consistency is key. There's already been power levels such as the Super Saiyan forms, and now with brand new forms like the one that Goku was in when he was using Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan Blue
Yep.
God, Super Saiyan Red God. The key to keeping all these forms in order and not creating a mess is to be consistent with them. Don't
Yeah.
don't give characters Super Saiyan forms like they're pieces of candy. One, like, think about it.
Hey, man, dude, I fucking felt that fucking same way when
At
fucking.
the beginning,
Yeah.
at the beginning of the tournament, both both not both, but Khalifa she'd already gotten Super Saiyan 2. And then 3 minutes later, she's asking for Super Saiyan 3.
Yep.
This is in anime time. I'm not talking about real life time. I'm talking about in anime time.
Yep.
30 minutes ago in the tournament, she had just gotten Super Saiyan 2.
Now she getting 3. Bullshit.
Yeah, because now they have this fusion form. Because they're supposed to be the parallel of Universe 7. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
I can
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. But after what I
I
got.
can understand. I'll say this: I can understand them having a fusion form, but don't give them like some Kafura Berserker Super Berserker 3 form, something like that. Keep them at Super Saiyan 2. Be consistent with it. Don't drop these Super Saiyan forms like they're pieces of candy. And oh, it's convenient because it's Halloween right now. Man, that episode came out just before Halloween.
What up, Ogun? Yeah, man, but it's like, man, it's like, dude, it's like, dude, I enjoyed episode 113. I think the fight between Kale Khalifa and Goku was actually fun. I actually, that's one of my top episodes besides Goku in new form. But man, when she went Super Saiyan 3, I was like, bro, fuck this shit. This is some bullshit, man. I was like, we gotta talk about this shit because I said I can't wait to Saturday discuss. I can't wait. I can't wait to Saturday discuss. I was like, nah, bro, this is some bullshit. Look, I didn't mind her going Super Saiyan 2, even though. And what kind of pissed me off with episode 113 was like when she went Super Saiyan 3. I was like, it took Goku how long to get this shit? It's like, what the hell? Like all that stuff, like all the times where to become Super Saiyan in the first place, you gotta have anger, you gotta have despair. Now it's just passing the shit like candy. I'm like, Kaba.
Also, it takes time.
Yeah.
Let's not forget. It took Goku it took Goku something like 50 episodes at least to get in between each form. Because I know it took him a long while to get from base Saiyan up to Super Saiyan. It took at least 50 hours in between, not 50 hours, 50 episodes in between all of this.
Yep.
There should be consistency. Stop giving these forms out like candy. They have to be earned. And through trying to earn this, struggle has to be done. One must struggle to attain these forms and eventually earn it.
Yep. You can't pass that shit like candy, man. You can't pass that shit like candy.
Which is why I call Kaba and Caulifla the overnight Saiyans. I call them that for a reason. Because they became Saiyans over different forms of Saiyans overnight. No. Over minutes. I might as well call them the over minute Saiyans now.
Yeah,
they
man.
Just transcended that.
Yeah. W, what's your thoughts on power levels? You think it's getting ridiculous? What's your thoughts on power? You saw recent episode Dragon Ball Super, right? 113.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That was a Super Saiyan battle with Goku and
Khalifa and Kale. Yeah,
Khalifa, those two chicks. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on power levels and power up? You think it's getting utterly ridiculous, or just like what if I says keep it consistent, like actually give these characters struggle rather than just pass this shit like candy? Because I agree with Mortify on that shit. Because I love Khalifa, but God, that was some bullshit when she went 3, dude. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can justify that shit all you want to, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I have to agree. You know, it's getting a little ridiculous now. Like every Saiyan coming off, it seems just like an easy power level. I did like about that episode, like Goku, you kind of see how he kind of trains, his training style in a way. That's really cool to see like that.
Yeah.
It reminds you kind of back in the Fusion Saga and the Buu Saga where Kid Trunks and Goten were, I mean, because they were the youngest Super Saiyans. So, I mean, how do you explain that already? I actually like that episode a lot.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I didn't like I said before. I think that was one of the funniest.
This is another Saiyan. Yeah, man. This Ryu, another Saiyan. I've been locked up for decades, but you know what? I'm about to go Super Saiyan 2 on my first day out.
But you know
how it is.
I don't hate Kaba. Like I thought Kaba's okay. He's an okay DBZ character. I don't really care for him as much. But when Kaba went fucking, I forgot episode number it was when Kaba fucking put that spike in his back and he says, "I went Super Saiyan." I'm like, that's some pure bullshit, and you can't fucking write that shit out, bro. Here's the thing: Vegeta, it took Vegeta how long to attain that form during the when the androids show up? I'm like, it took Vegeta just to attain that one form. So you mean tell me all Kaba gotta do is fucking put a spike in his damn back? He goes Super Saiyan. Meanwhile, Vegeta had to train the highball time chamber.
That tingly feeling in your back.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you got fucking Kale. She going berserker rage on Goku, and Goku Super Saiyan Blue. I'm like, okay, if Blue is Super Saiyan, if this guy keep level there, he's supposed to be. He's supposed to blow off the door range. She walking through the Kamehameha wave like it's nothing. I'm like, y'all gotta explain this shit. Look, Tomei, look, Tomei, I understand your writing sometimes be suspect, but come on, man. I'm with Mortify on this one, man. These power levels getting under ridiculous, man. Y'all can't just, if you're gonna write some shit, it's like if you're gonna say power levels on an important thing like Jiren, okay? It's like to beat Jiren, Goku that nigga gonna need Limit Breaker, Ultra Instinct body transformation, okay, to beat Jiren. But it's like if you're gonna say power levels, all right. Now Dragon Ball Super is like it's about God Ki, which is why you see which is rare, which is why you see Goku rarely use Super Saiyan 3, 2, Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. But it's like everything is about God Ki, and everything's about becoming a god. My thing is Super Saiyan Blue. Like when that situation, I knew power levels were pure bullshit. When the whole thing went fucking Kale went Berserker Rage, and she's walking through a blue Kamehameha wave, Super Saiyan Blue, God Ki blast. I'm like, bro, he must have blew her off the goddamn ring, bro. I don't give a damn. She is in a Berserker Rage talking about that's strong. That's some bullshit, and you know you gotta explain that shit to me.
Yeah,
Nah,
I gotta agree with you because
nah, man, I don't give a damn.
They're trying to use that legendary Super Saiyan thing as a
bullshit cop out, man.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm literally trying to say. It's like I don't mind. I understand it's a power tournament. You got time. It's an anime. It's not like a manga. It's not like a book where you can't sit explain the power forms. But it's like the thing is like, look, if you're gonna write a power level and say this character so and so, have a character go through something. Like that's the reason why I always gonna say that Planet Namek saga. When Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time, it's always gonna be my top 5 moments of the Super Saiyan moments. When Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time in his life and he got mad after Frieza killed Krillin, I was like, fucking yes, all that during time, because I remember when I was a kid watching this shit, like, god damn it, because they would kept teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. And when I saw it, I was like, hell fucking yeah, dude. And then I see it now, like Khalifa went Super Saiyan 2. I was like, yeah, man, this is some poor bullshit. And to me, well, one thing I will say, I gotta say, I loved about episode 113. It was about power level when Goku said that Super Saiyan 3 still drains a lot of his stamina. I said, well, at least tell me at least you consistent with that shit. But giving Khalifa Super Saiyan 3 and then 113 was pure bullshit. And I don't give a damn what nobody say, dude. I could not look. I didn't mind Super Saiyan 1. I kind of hate when she went 2, but I kind of let this shit pass. But when you get doing 3, and then you got Kale, she's Super Saiyan, and then she got the Berserker Rage thing, and now you learn fusion. I'm like, unless Goku let's go get all his strength, but go forget his ass whooping the episode 114, because I feel like these power levels, man. And I said this when Dragon Ball. I remember when Vegeta showed up, when Vegeta was evil, when he showed up with Raditz, Nappa, and he talking about the power levels of 9,000. I was like, when I was younger, I didn't mind this shit because I heard it so many times. Oh, his power level, he's stronger than anybody I met before. I done heard that. We've seen so many episodes seeing that shit. But now as an adult, you watch that shit, you be like, man, yeah, that was some bullshit back in the day. When they introduced like power level bullshit, I'm like, the thing is like, I remember watching, because I actually have I was watching on Crunchyroll, I was watching the old Dragon Ball podcast when Goku was a kid, and he was beating up enemies, and then the other guy, he was, I gotta get stronger. And I was like, yeah, man, this is some bullshit. And it's like, I don't mind power levels or power ups if it's like needed, like, but it like actually should have a character go through some training shit. That's why I always say one of my favorite movies of all time. I know this is not related to the topic, the main topic of the thing, but like when Trunks struggled to get Super Saiyan, like when when Gohan lost his one arm and Gohan was teaching him to go Super Saiyan, he was going and Trunks about to transform it, and he lost all the energy and calmed down because he couldn't do it, and then he went Super Saiyan after androids killed Gohan. I was like, oh, that was the moments I'm talking about. Like, I don't mind Super Saiyan forms being given out if there is some type of struggle with it and the person's been trying to go Super Saiyan for a long time. Like, I don't mind it. Like, with Goten and Trunks, I can kind of understand it because they have breeze a little bit, so I can kind of understand that a little bit. But it's like with Khalifa and Kale and then Kaba, like, y'all motherfuckers passing that shit out like it's candy, man. Y'all need to do something with these characters. Like, and it's like, if Shooter was Super Saiyan Blue, bro, I would have just quit Super, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Look, I love Super. I know I got some love-hate. I got some love-hate with the series and stuff like that. But come on, man. Like, you gotta be consistent with the darn writing, man. If you gonna sit here and write power levels.
Oh shit! You guys hear that? There's some kids knocking on the door. Hold up. Let me get my phone. All right. You get a Super Saiyan 1. You get a Super Saiyan 2. You get a Super Saiyan 3. You get a Super Saiyan 4. Everybody gets a Super Saiyan. Here you go, Super Saiyan for you, Super Saiyan for you, Super Saiyan for you. Don't forget to tell your friends.
Not like Oprah.
Get Super Saiyan too.
Yep. I mean, dude, and like I said before, man, I don't mind it if it's actually somebody earned it and went through it. But the way they're giving that shit out, bro, they're just giving that shit like it's damn passing candy, bro. I'm like, you just can't just be giving that form out just to be giving it out, man. Like, god damn it, like. And that's the reason why I'm saying it's like I often say this when I say this, like when I knew when fucking Khalifa got introduced in Dragon Ball Super, I was like, yep, don't get this bitch everything. She ain't gotta go through nothing. She's gonna be giving every goddamn thing. And my rhetoric was like in the beginning of the tournament when Goku and Khalifa went at it for the first time, he should just threw that bitch out the ring, bro. He should just threw out the ring at that point. Because I'm like, all right, she already got Super Saiyan 2 at this point in 15 minutes into a 30-minute episode. I'm like, yeah, man, y'all, this is some bullshit. You know what it is, man. And I feel like the problem with
You're gonna give it 3.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely feel like when you talk about power levels, it's like I don't mind it. Like if you said they're gonna say like Jiren, obviously Jiren is the strongest, so it kind of makes sense like for Goku to say, you know what, I gotta get my strength up to fight him. Well, you gotta get the limit breaker, the ultra, whatever type of I don't know what you want to call the body transformation he got. But the thing is, like that's my point. I'm saying it's like with Goku, with that form, it makes sense. He was pushed to his limits. So I don't mind that new transformation. But when she was Super Saiyan 3, I was like, yo, I can't let this shit slide, bro. I can't let it slide.
And think about this. How many episodes ago was it when he got Super Saiyan Blue? We're talking about something like 100 episodes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man, but the thing is, I feel like people, I think definitely you talk about like the reason why I always value Super Saiyan, I'm always going to value the moments where Vegeta had to train to become a Super Saiyan. Like I value those moments, and I feel like Super is ruined. It's taking Super Saiyan nowadays to say, you know what, it doesn't fucking matter. I can kind of understand it because, like, you know, Dragon Ball Super is about God levels, about God Ki and stuff like that. So I can kind of understand the premise of what it is. Not like the original show where it was just Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, and then if you want to count 4 with GT, it's like I can kind of understand from that premise why non-canon. I can kind of understand from that point. But like, if you gonna sit here and say power levels matter, and then you just like, okay, Goku has to get his strength back to fight back Jiren. But you mean tell me Khalifa can go Super Saiyan 1 and 2 in 15 minutes into a 30-minute episode, and then when episode 113 shows up, now she gets Super Saiyan 3, and then Kale, she goes Super Saiyan 1, and then she got Berserker Rage. I'm like, bro, this is some inconsistent ass writing. Look, I write myself. I'm like, if you gonna write a story, if a person struggle with somebody, you gotta be consistent with the writing.
It up to Goku is a good teacher. That's it. I'm just like, okay, Goku's just that natural of a teacher to young Saiyans. So he's just that good. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It did bug me too, just seeing her skip through them, and then you already know, like, if they give her like, okay, that's enough. Time to take a break from Super until the good parts come. But
I just think that for me, it's like like I said before, man. I said I understand the premise. It's like you got to move fast with these episodes. I'm not asking you spend like 5 episodes doing it, because that's one thing I hate about the original Dragon Ball Z. It took them like 5 to 10 episodes and them talking and monologuing instead of them pounding each other in their face. Like, man, get to the goddamn point already. Golly. But it's like when you talk about this, and I often say this, and I often say this with Dragon Ball, like with Dragon Ball Super. At least like I said, they get to the point, they trying to wrap up the arc, cool. But it's like, damn, dude, if you're gonna do this stuff, like I often say, you know, the thing with Super Saiyans to me in general, man, and I often say too, that's a bullshit cop out to me, in my opinion, and I don't want to hear that bullshit excuse of Universe 6 Saiyans is different from Universe 7. I'm like, no. A saying is a saying, no matter what universe it is, and they should not have to be giving that form out. Like you should not be giving that form out just to be giving it out to somebody. Like let them go through something. Like when Kaba was getting his ass kicked in episode 112 by that chick, whatever, and he went Super Saiyan, and then Vegeta was like, "I hate to see you weak," and then he went and powered up Super Saiyan 2. I was like, okay, all right, he was getting pushed to his limits. He was getting pushed by a weak opponent, but it made 100% sense to understand see Kaba go through all that, and that's why I don't mind that stuff like that. But when you talk
Oh shit, hold up! I got more kids knocking at my door. Let me get my bowl of Super Saiyan forms out. All right, guys, you get Super Saiyan. There's a Super Saiyan for you. There's a Super Saiyan for you. Ooh, you're lucky. You get Super Saiyan 3. There's a Super Saiyan 2 for you. Super Saiyan 2 for you. All right, don't forget to tell your friends. There's some Super Saiyan forms for them too.
But do you think with these power levels being in out, do you think that eventually power levels is going to be non-existent in the thing? Because the way giving it out now, I feel like, man, I can't see it. I feel like, man, y'all just being consistent with it. I'm like, if you gonna talk about like everything is okay, if everything is about God level, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I know where you're going with it, because when I was looking at because you remember when Goku starting to start that match, he said he wasn't even gonna like go to full Super Saiyan 3 yet. He was gonna start in base form. So he let her go Super Saiyan, and he started in base form. So what I'm thinking is, and you'll notice this a lot. I think just like you were saying, they're kind of go away with power levels, because even Trunks, like a good example, when he was able to power up and he became like bulky. This is Future Trunks.
Yeah.
He could move, but he had weaknesses, right? Yeah. He had openings and stuff, took advantage of them. So I guess we're focusing more on technique at this point. Goku could dismantle somebody in Super Saiyan 2 in his base form just because he's been training so much in base form, I think is what they're kind of going for. Even when you look at Ultra Instinct, it looks like it's kind of still somewhat base form, besides all the sparkling and the
flame,
yeah, the heat, all that.
I don't
Even,
know if
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Hold up. I don't know if it would be somewhat base form, because if you look at the fight where Goku had first turned Super Saiyan 3, he had on the same clothes and he looked the exact same, minus the hair.
Right.
I
think more so it's about the energy and the heat that's emitted when a person goes into a form. Because if you notice in Super Saiyan 2, now you have these blue electrical sparks around this yellow flame-like energy. And then it goes so on with Super Saiyan 3.
There's no doubt that the energy is there, but I feel like just because Goku and Vegeta, even another example, Cell games. So remember when Goku had to stay in Super Saiyan like the whole time? He was like he was Super Saiyan, but he was like base. Just had the appearance. He was in the transformation. So I think that kind of training is kind of what they're kind of gonna go towards, where it's like seamless somewhat. Still there, I don't know. It's hard to explain, because Goku could definitely take on someone, and Vegeta, I think, just from based on their training with Whis, training like mastering base Super Saiyan and stuff. He's got more of a technical sounding, so I think that helps him get to that God form. And Vegeta, they're both technical like that, so I guess experience.
Yeah, I think
that's.
I think definitely. Like, I'm going with you, W. What you said. I think it's gonna get to a point where power levels doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, like power levels matter now because it's the power tournament and basically, like, universes on the line. But I feel like after this, this saga is over, after this storyline is over, I think that power levels really ain't gonna really matter. It's gonna be more about technique and what you do. Like, if you look at the whole what's the guy name? Damn, I know it's Goku Black and it's Sumatsu, I think. What's the guy? I forgot the name. Sumatsu. And when Goku Black and Sumatsu fused, And I know Vegeta, but when Goku and Vegeta had used Vegito, I thought they was gonna beat him up. They were struggling. They was getting their ass kicked. And then you had Trunks, who even though he was not Super Saiyan Blue,
in Vegito, they weren't struggling.
yeah.
When they were in Vegito, they were actually whooping Zamasu and Goku Black's ass. But, you know, as usual, they got carried away and they blew away the time for the form and they fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I definitely feel like when Goku and when Trunks overpowered, he went Super Saiyan, and he over Trunks the Samatsu and Goku Black, and he sliced him with the sword and he overpowered him. I was like, okay, that makes sense because he was pushed to a limit, he was pushed to a boundary, and like that makes sense. Like I often say that, and that's what I'm saying to me is like that's what I often say. I don't mind if you give a form out and they say, you know what, they struggle, something happens to them. Like when Goku Black killed it, when Goku Black killed Chi-Chi and killed Chi-Chi and Goten. And it's like, okay, and Goku got real pissed off and he was actually beating Goku Black up, and then Goku Black eventually started overpowering him a little bit. But overall, like that makes sense to me, right? That makes sense to me. But I think I'm just the point you were saying, W. I think it's gonna get to a point where power levels doesn't really matter. Like whatever arc after this, I think power levels really won't matter, because when you talk about power levels, this reason why even though I have my problems with the original Dragon Ball Z, Planet Nama, because they had some episodes and it's kind of made me kind of scratch my head a little bit, but I'm always gonna hold Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time in his life as a special place in my heart, because I was a kid when it happened, and I remember I solely like freaking out, like, oh my god, Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time, and it's like, wow, man. And then you can go to Turn the Cooler, you can go to all the old movies when Broly first showed up. When Broly first showed up, he was still struggling with the first Super Saiyan. He was still struggling to control the power of the first Super Saiyan form, and now it's more about Gaki. But I think power levels is gonna be more just non-existent. And to me, and if I was just tell me, I just get rid of it. And like, because I'm with Mortify. If you're gonna write it to a point where okay, Vegeta had to train extra hard just to get Super Saiyan 1 during the Android saga when the Android showed up, and he was Super Saiyan for the first time. And then you have Kaba, who just he put a spike in his back and he just goes Super Saiyan for the first time. Like, no, man, you
tingly energy in your back.
You're going against your own writing. Like Vegeta, it took Vegeta. That's why I often say I'm always, for me, when Vegeta was Super Saiyan for the first time in my life, I was freaking out. I was a teenager when it happened. So like, I know what it feels like watching. That's why I'm saying that the first, even though I know Super Saiyan 1, power level Super Saiyan 1 doesn't really mean much. I feel like I really do feel like power levels is it's gonna become non-existent at one point. It's just gonna become just like, it's gonna be more about technique and what you do, and it's not really gonna be about the struggle through. But I feel like, to me, and this is the only thing I'll only say to me and Julie. Now I will say this. I will say this. I hope they don't do this bullshit in 114 where you got Kale and you got Belief for their fuse. And they start beating up on Goku to the point where they about to overpower him, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that bullshit with him.
I gotta say,
yeah,
they probably will.
If all it took was a tingly feeling in your back, how the fuck did Raditz not know this shit and become like Super Saiyan 3? Because all it is a tingly feeling in your back, right?
Yep.
You feel the right vibrations and frequencies in your back, and then boom, voila, you're now Super Saiyan 1. Rinse and repeat to get a higher form. Raditz could have been Super Saiyan 3.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing that's the thing that pisses me off. I feel like Dragon Ball. I mean, I feel like when you talk about Super Saiyan 4 to me, I hold that form with my heart, because I remember solely watching those things. I remember solely watching the Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. I'm like, man, hell yeah! This is the moment. This is the moment I've been waiting my whole life to see. And it's like, now I see Super Saiyan 4 now. Like, now, Khalifa, dude, look, that was some bullshit, dude. I don't care what nobody say. That to me, that just pisses me off right there. You know, it's like, I just can't. I can't do it. But
Yeah, I think unfortunately, because of the bad writing decisions with Akira and the studio back at Bandai Namco, I think that they definitely are just belittling the significance and the power of these forms. Because these forms are nothing to laugh at. A
they're not.
person who's a skilled fighter can utilize these forms and could definitely keep up. That's maybe not Super Saiyan 1 or 2, but a 3 could definitely, if he's skilled, keep up with a Super Saiyan God Red.
Yeah.
If they know how to utilize the form to their fullness. Because I remember you guys were talking about technique. Well, how is it that Goku was able to fight Super Saiyan 2s and Super Saiyan 1s while being in base form? Because he is skilled and he is full of technique. So I think ultimately, fortunately, these forms are going to be belittled towards the point where the significance of them no longer matters. And now the focus is going to be entirely on these God forms, fortunately.
Yep. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying for. Like that's all I'm saying about being consistent. Like if you gonna have God level key form, God key level, and it's like everything is godly nowadays. I can kind of understand the premise. Like everything is about reaching God key level. But like have some type of struggle with it. Like people don't understand. I always talk about Super Saiyan. Reason why I hold it up and value it so much because I remember watching the original manga, the original Dragon Ball Z, and seeing Goku struggle against Frieza in that in on the planet during the Planet Namek arc. I remember Vegeta training the Halbach time travel just to go Super Saiyan 1. You know, and just now like to see it to see it now where Super Saiyan forms are being thrown out. I'm like, look, like you can explain, you can have somebody else fall for like, oh, it's a different universe, it's a different way how they train. No, man, it's the same thing with I talk about with Frieza. I understand Frieza alien, and it also go back to Frieza too. It's like, okay, I understand that Frieza, she was in hell, and maybe that for me. But come on, man, she got her ass whooped. You know, resurrection of F. She got her ass whooped. So you mean tell me now? I think it was episode 91 when her and Goku. I mean, her and Goku was going at it, and she went her goes. Goku went blue, and then she went gold, and it's like she going toe to toe with Goku now, and she's like, "Oh, I just train mentally." I'm like, "Look, dude, look, I don't give a damn if you a villain or not. No, man, you got your ass whooping Resurrection F. Vegeta was beating you up, and Goku was whooping your ass. And you mean tell me right now you go toe to toe with Goku, knock him out of his blue form, he can knock you out of your gold form? Like, come on, man. I'm like, you struggle. Like, come on now. And that's the thing that with me is like,
Keep the forms and the power levels consistent. Think about this. Even though Universe 6 may be parallel universes, still they must struggle and it must take time to reach these forms. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Mayhem said, well, these guys are warriors. They're defending people actively in their own universes. Well, if they're such strong warriors, how come Kaba had to ask Vegeta to teach him how to become Super Saiyan 1? I think, in my opinion, I don't think the Super Saiyan, the Universe 6 Saiyans are stronger than the Universe 7 Saiyans on par. I think they are behind. Weaker, yes, necessarily weaker, but not completely in the context of power and strength, just acknowledging and understanding exactly their abilities and their power. They really don't understand their abilities and power as much as the Universe 7 Saiyans. which is why Cabo,
I agree with that, bro.
whichever, and Caulifla had to ask. Kaba asked. He begged, literally begged Vegeta to teach him how to go Super Saiyan 1 before getting his ass whooped in that preliminary match. So these characters from Universe 6 are clearly behind the Universe 7 ones. And that all makes less that makes it all make less sense as to why these characters are getting these forms passed around like candy. It makes even less sense when you take that into consideration.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's all I'm saying. Is like, that's all I'm saying. Is like, if you're gonna have you're gonna have somebody, you're gonna say these power levels don't matter. It's like all told me gotta say, you know what? So you know what? Power levels don't matter. It's just technique or whatever. And that's what you're going off of. But it's the thing. And that's still, to me, that fight still pissed me the fuck off still to this day. That episode, I think it was episode 91. Golden Frieza, she's going toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Blow Goku. The previous movie, before Super Dragon Ball Super was even introduced, she got her ass whooped. And you mean tell me, all right, these devil things killed her. She got tired of it. And now she just trained mentally. And she says, oh, I'm a different species. I just train differently. It's like, okay, that makes no damn sense to me. That makes no damn sense to me. I understand people will defend Frieza and be like, oh, she's this and that. I'm like, no, power levels. I ain't talking about just for Saiyans. I'm talking about for the villains. I'm talking about for people wise. Like just a point you were saying on Mortify on one of the previous episodes of Dragon Ball Podcast. You said about Gohan going Super Saiyan. Like, how come Gohan was getting his ass whooped doing against in Resurrection F, and now he can't even go Super Saiyan. Like, I have not seen him go Super Saiyan not one time during this whole arc. I'm like, he even go Super Saiyan 1 now?
I agree with you partially on Frieza, but I'll say this. Frieza, he definitely should have gotten stronger because he was doing this thing called image training. In the world, it doesn't exist, but for the sake of the anime and argument, it exists. But Frieza shouldn't have become stronger than Goku because Goku is actively training himself, fighting on stronger and stronger people each individual arc. Frieza definitely shouldn't have gotten stronger than Goku to where he can condense down God energy into a little ball that you could carry in your pocket and throw at somebody at will.
Yep. And that's all I'm saying is that, look, if you're gonna sit here and say God, the power levels matter, man, you gotta explain this shit to me, dude. And I understand, like, people say, yeah, because she was not training. She said she trained mentally. So first of all, unless she just had a strong opponent and she was fighting Cell in hell, whatever, it's like, look, my thing has always been about power levels. This is my problem, not to the Super, to the Dragon Ball in general. It's like power levels. I never understood it. Oh, what was the highest power level on during the original Dragon Balls? It was 9,000. Now it's 1,000,000. Not your over 1,000,000, whatever. It's like, look, if you don't have a big power level,
Right.
with the shit. No, don't override it and say power levels don't matter. And then when it's like, if that's the case, then we're going off because we know GT's not canon, not part of the main story, whatever. But let's take GT as a prime example. If that's the case, if that's the case, that's what they're saying. That means Gogeta, which is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, going Gogeta. They should be getting. They should be Gods of Destruction strong. Then if that's the case, then what you're saying, the power levels don't really matter. It's like, no. It's like, look, if you're gonna have power levels, man, understand the fact that be consistent with the doing right. And I ain't asking for much. I'm not asking for you to explain how, but then just like explain to me how can Frieza in her golden form Frieza, she was struggling with Vegeta and Goku in Resurrection F and forms when they were Goku was Super Saiyan God for the first time. And you mean tell me she was struggling with them? Now she going toe to toe and she taking God Ki, God's destruction energy, bring it out to Tiny Micro Ball and throw it at Goku. And if it wasn't because of Beerus, Goku would have been blown up from that point. You mean to tell me flat out right now that Frieza can do all that, but you mean to tell me that she can do all that, but she wasn't doing no physical training. She just did mental training. No, that's a bullshit cop out, and I don't give a damn what it is. And that's why I say power levels, Dragon Ball Z. Just it's the thing. This is all I ask for, Toby, man. If power levels don't matter, and I'm with W, I'm with you on this one, man. Just if power levels don't matter, just get rid of it. Just get rid of level, get rid of power up and get power up and power levels. Just get rid of it and say, you know what, everybody's the same. Just keep it where it is. Because to me, it's getting to a point nowadays where I don't know where them go after the power tournament arc. Because to me, the next arc for me, and this is why I want Dragon Ball Super to go. I want to see Goku actually train to see how you get this new form, how he's gonna be able to control this form. This form right here, this new form he got. This reason why I'm always amused. I want to discuss this topic up. And now that Goku has this new form, do you think this power level is gonna be a lot more harder to attain, or just that, or they're gonna find some way to give it to Vegeta, or Goku just gonna be able to be the one to have it? Just Goku be the only one to really maintain his power level, kind of like Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate or Mystic Gohan, whatever you want to call it.
I would say that
I don't know.
I would say Vegeta consistently keeps up with the latest forms of Goku episodes later, but realistically speaking, I don't understand how he would attain a form in which there's Ultra Instinct like Goku, unless he too gets thrown a spirit bomb back at him, and he's strong enough to absorb the energy of the spirit bomb, and thus triggers that Ultra Instinct in a brand new form. Unless that happens, I don't see how Vegeta could realistically attain that. There's only but so much you can gain out of being in the hyperbolic time chamber, giving you Ultra Instinct to where you instinctively move your body out of the way of attacks. Nah, man. I don't see how you can realistically get that out of fighting robots in the chamber.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I'm saying. Now that Goku has his new form, what's gonna be Goku? Vegeta's defining moment. How is Vegeta going to attain this form? Because Goku was pushed to his limits with Jiren. So my thing is like, all right. So now that we got to that point, all right. Well, power levels. So basically saying that Goku basically had to go through that. Goku basically had to go through limits. Goku had to get pushed to his limits just to get there. So the question is now, what can Vegeta do? Because that's the thing for me looking at it now. Like, that's gonna be tough though. Guys?
Oh yeah, that was weird. So you said what does Vegeta have to do basically to get Ultra Instinct?
What's going to be the premise? Like, what's going to be the toughest part for him to do it? Because to me, looking back on it now, man, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be super tough, man. Super tough. I ain't gonna lie, that's going to be hard, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point.
I think
Vegeta's just gonna try to train because that's his thing. So he's probably gonna go to Whis and just be like, go to Beerus. I mean, Vegeta's gonna find a way.
Yeah, Whis. Okay.
Whis. Yeah.
Okay. If you were training more and more with Whis, because I know Whis uses that ability. You can tell by how he's able to dodge effortlessly. I could see that happening. If he's training with Whis and he goes up into his little training sessions and is able to learn from Whis, that would make sense. Because I know Whis is supposedly one of the more older angels that's more knowledgeable about things.
Yeah. I think that's the way you have to learn.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think Vegeta can attain it, but I think that he's gonna have to go through a lot more than just fighting opponents, because I feel like that when Jiren pushed Goku to his limits, I was like, okay, this is the first time I've ever seen it, and that's the only time I really said, okay, power levels actually matter because Jiren is so powerful to the point even when Goku with Ultra Instinct, he was not even landing a punch on Jiren. I mean, but he was giving Jiren a tough time in his new form. I was like, okay, that's it to me. And I feel like power levels from that standpoint, it makes sense because he's fighting another god. So that's a god fighting a god. Well, in the form, so that makes sense to me. But when you have Super Saiyan 1 Goku going basically still able to go to toe to toe with Super Saiyan 2, Khalifa, I'm like, come on, man. Super Saiyan 2 was way stronger than 1, and you got Goku. I guess because he's been training for so long, he's in 1. Tossing Khalifa around like a goddamn toy, like god damn, like, and that's the thing to me. It's like I would think that all right, you got 2 Super Saiyan 2s, you have two Super Saiyan, Kale, and you have Khalifa going toe to toe with Goku, and they beating up, and basically Goku's beating them up and tossing them around like nothing. Like, okay, but they Super Saiyan 2 now. They supposed to be outweighing. They're supposed to be doing it, and I don't, and that's what I'm saying with power levels. Like I don't understand the premise. What it is like 2 is stronger than 1. But Goku's still going toe to toe with Khalifa and Super Saiyan 2. Modify? Yeah. Guys? What's it? Let me see. Let me say it. Let me
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you still? Oh, yeah. So you think that power levels after this power tournament should just get rid of the power levels and just keep it just based off whatever it is, just keep where it is currently and just get rid of power levels, or just get rid of power ups and say, you know what, everybody's the same. We'll just keep it just.
Nah, man. Nah. Keep the power levels. Maintain consistency. That's how you keep the power forms as still being intact, and still being important, holding on to the significance that they already have.
Yeah.
Use consistency. Stop fucking around.
Yep.
With the original source content, because I know the anime likes to deviate a lot from the manga, which is actually consistent.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, sorry about that. I'm back. I just had to go take care of something. But exactly what you're saying. There's no consistency, it seems like, with the power levels. But when you look at Kale, right? She got legendary Super Saiyan, okay? She's able to sit there, like, walk through a damn Kamehameha wave in Super Saiyan Blue, right? With Broly, but that was with Goku and Super Saiyan. So, I mean, it stands to reason. Are they trying to say that legendary Super Saiyan form is just that powerful? Because I know what's going to happen in the next episode. If you looked at the preview, they say that she was able to control her rage, and they're going to say that because she's able to control her in legendary Super Saiyan and not go berserker, she gets like a boost or something like that. So I think that's what they're trying to do with it. I mean, all right, that's fine. That kind of makes sense. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about legendary Super Saiyan? Like, it's definitely a boost, right? But
I feel like just what you were saying before. I think that it's getting to a point where nowadays where it's like I'm with Mortified. They should keep power level, because I grew up with power levels and with the power levels and the power levels and power ups. So I don't mind them. It's just the fact that I'm just saying is that I want Mortified, just be consistent with it. If this person's got level key, have them go through something. Like when Kaba went Super Saiyan 1, I was pissed the fuck off about that shit. I was like, y'all pissed me off with that shit, man. But Cheetah had to train. Yeah, it took him years just to go Super Saiyan 1, and Kaba gets to put 2 in his back. And then now you got Kaba when Kaba got pushed to his limits, and then he went against the opponent, and he was Super Saiyan 2. It made sense. I had no problem with it. I was like, okay, it makes sense. He was pushed to his limits.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. It's like I had no problem with these people getting the power ups. Like Khalifa, what has she done? What opponent has she went up besides Goku? What opponent has she went up against that requires her to go Super Saiyan 1? Super Saiyan 1, okay, cool. 2, bullshit. 3, definitely bullshit. Who has Khalifa went up against that caused her to get these Super Saiyan forms? With Goku, he's fighting Jiren, it makes sense. So he has to get Ultra Instinct or Limit Breaker. So I can kind of understand all that, you know. But when you got Khalifa, she haven't fought nobody tough, not one person in the ring, not one time, and you mean to tell me flat out that overall she gets 3 forms that took Goku a lifetime? Man, better yet for Cheetah, because I haven't seen Vegeta go Super Saiyan 2 yet, or 3. But I'm saying, it's like, my point is, this is what I'm talking about. I have no problem with the power forms, but have her go through something. Like, don't just give it to her because fan favorites or favoritism or whatever the reason is for giving out the power forms. Like, look, be consistent with it all the way. If you ain't gonna be consistent with it, don't you know what I'm saying? Don't just pass it out just to be giving out. Be consistent. And I feel like that's all I ask. I'm not sitting here saying, man, you need to over explain shit. No, just like I understand fast manga.
Well, basically, I mean, what we could say is that definitely Khalifa character. You know, she came in, she hasn't, just like what you're saying, she hasn't fought anybody. It seems more like just a fan request, kind of like people kind of always want to see female Super Saiyan like this, and it's going to be a playable character as well. So I mean, of course they're going to give her all the abilities and stuff.
Here's the thing. I don't hate Khalifa as a character. I think she's an interesting character. I just think that the more they give her, the more I become less interested. I'm like, okay, if she goes Super Saiyan Blue, bro, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna give it to her eventually, that shit gonna piss me off, bro. I'm like, yo, it took Goku for years to master those forms.
I might stop watching if they give her Super Saiyan Blue, in all honesty.
Yeah,
I might stop watching.
Because the thing is, like, people, because I know, because I was watching Geekdom 101, and I watch a lot of people who discuss Dragon Ball Super podcast episodes and theories and stuff like that, and they talk about Khalifa. I was watching one of the recent episode, and a lot of guys were like, oh my god, she's going Super Saiyan 3, and I'm in the comment section like, this is pure bullshit, bro. I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. The fanboys like, man, you know, just need to leave her alone. She's going Super Saiyan 3. I'm like, it took Goku years to master the forms, man. You can't even Super Saiyan 3 bugs me, because like I know it's gonna happen, but it still bugs it's like that form when he had to learn that not in this realm. Yeah, and on an earthly plane, he had to go to Otherworld and train in a way that's why Vegeta was pissed off. He's like, you went into basically a hyperbolic time chamber, if you think about it, because time is different in that dimension. That's why he was able to expend that much energy. So it's like multiply like by like 100, maybe 50 years or so. Full time to master it and control it. And she's just over here. I mean, how do you even explain that? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It does make sense. For me, like Android. The reason why I like Android 17. Android 17 is a pretty strong character, but that's an android. He has no power level. He's a fucking android. You can't predict his power level. So it makes sense to me, and I can kind of understand from that standpoint with androids, with Android 17 and 18. I can fully understand all that. But like when it comes to Saiyans, man, with Khalifa, it's like, yo, dude, it's like she's giving everything. It's kind of like I call her the Mary Sue with Dragon Ball Z, man, where she gets everything. She don't have to go through nothing. The same thing with Kale. It's like Kale, all she does is sit there. She sits there. She stand, make let Khalifa do all the darn hard work. She really gets into fights, do all of the crazy shit. And you mean tell me, as soon as Goku went Super Saiyan Blue, and I knew it was bullshit when I said, you know what, we gotta talk about this, because this pissed me off. When Goku went Super Saiyan Blue, he did a Kamehameha wave, blue form, God key level power, and you got Kale walking through that shit like it's a damn, like it ain't nothing. Like she doing, like she just wiping that shit off, and she grabs him by the neck. I'm like, yeah, man, y'all gotta explain this shit to me, bro. It was like, and then oh, the berserker rage is this and that. It's the strongest.
Ain't no filter. Hey, man, you better put some respect on the pretty princess saying Khalifa. Doesn't matter if she's giving things like a princess. You put some respect on her name. Put some respect.
That's some bullshit. Dude, nah, man. It's like, nah, man, you got like, the thing is to me, man, and that's the thing about me, is I'm starting to raise questions like this thing is like with Blue. Like, I understand, I know Blue is very strong, okay? You know, especially if you take it on a regular person. Blue is very strong, okay? But the thing is, man, like, if Kale can walk through a Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha wave, come on, man. Like, that's the thing I'm saying. My question is, same thing with that Frieza fight. With if Frieza can go toe to toe with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, even though in the previous film she got her ass whooped because she couldn't control that, she can control that form, and then now she's come back, well, she's still dead because she got the Halo Angel, Halo, she got that halo over her head, and she's sitting there, and she go to, like, come on, man. You gotta explain this to me, dude, because I'm sitting there. I know a lot of people want to excuse it as, oh yeah, she's part of a different, she's part of a different race, and she's this and that, and she trains different from my else. No, man, I don't want to hear that bullshit about mental. Oh, she mental trained and she trained in hell. I'm like, no. First of all, it doesn't happen overnight. When she went toe to toe with Goku and she took that god, she took that god of the gods of destruction energy, energy blast, and she put it to Goku. I was like, this is some bullshit, and you know what it is, man. I know people love Frieza. I don't hate the character. I just think that if we're gonna sit here, all right, when it comes to Saiyans, there's power levels. When it comes to Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, I know Goten is dead currently in Super, but you know, Trunks, whatever. All these Saiyans, whatever. If we're gonna be consistent when it comes to Super Saiyans, when Universe 7, oh, there's power levels. It matters. But when it comes to Universe 6, though, power levels don't matter. Come on, man. That's some suspect ass writing, man. I don't give a damn what nobody says. That's some suspect ass writing, man.
Yeah. At all. But they're trying to explain it the next episode. They're gonna just say that it's because Kale, the reason she was able to walk through that Kamehameha wave is because she's different.
Nah, man. Different my ass,
guys. Come on, man. She's different.
Nah, man. Different my ass, dude.
She's special.
Nah, man. It's like, the thing is, to me, it's like, dude, it's like the reason why I always say this, even though I kind of get on Vegeta, I get on Vegeta a lot of times. Like, the reason why I can respect Vegeta, because Vegeta actually trained his ass off to get there. It takes some time to get there, but eventually he reaches Goku level. He has to train. But like, the thing with me with Goku, I don't mind it because I'm a Goku fanboy, so I don't mind Goku getting his power levels, man, because it makes sense, whatever. But overall, like, when it comes to Vegeta, it's like two favorite Saiyans. It's Goku and Vegeta, and then Gohan and Trunks. But when it comes to certain people, it's like, I always say this is what pisses me off when it comes to this is what pisses me off when it comes to when it comes to levels. Is that Universe 6 power levels are ridiculous, man. It's getting to a point where it's like, wow, man. So there's rules for Universe 7, but there's not rules for Universe 6 that they can't just be giving these power levels out just to be given to them. It's like she's fighting. And the thing is, I'm with Beerus, like, when all the times I'm watching episode 113, Beerus telling Goku, man, kick off the darn ring, man. Why you trying to make her more stronger than she needs to be? And the thing is, you notice during that whole fight, she's toughening up. She's becoming a better fighter by fighting Goku. I was like, well, that does kind of make sense, because Goku's a good fighter. But still, like, my point is, I'm trying to get people to realize, like, man, look, I'm not asking for much. Just keep, like, beat what Mortify said, man. Just keep the writing consistent. You ain't gotta do much, man, to make me happy. Keep the writing consistent. If you're gonna write a story, say this person is trained different, or this person trains different, or this person is actually putting work in. Like, I wouldn't mind an arc where they went to Universe 7 and go how to maintain, how to control this, how to go because the thing, she was struggling with Goku. When she was Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, she struggled with the form. Like, she was slowing down, and Goku was Super Saiyan 1 and was beating her up in the first fight, first time they fought. So I think it's like, okay, my thing is, then she goes Super Saiyan 2 again. She goes Super Saiyan 2 again, and now she got to control the form. I'm like, come on, man. This is the problem with this writing. It's the problem I always have with Tomie and their writing, man. It's always suspect. It's like power levels matter at one point, and then power levels don't matter. They matter. They do or they don't. That's the question.
You know, it'd be really cool if you know when Vegeta got his arm broken by Android 18.
Mm-hmm.
We never really see any something like that before anymore. Like who would just be like really do a lesson and just be like, look, you're open right here. Boom, just like grabs her leg and breaks it. Like that would be so fun. Like that would be freaking crazy. And like if he's still like a level below her and Super Saiyan 2 and she's at Super Saiyan 3.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing for me. It's like I feel like if you're gonna have power levels, have it in every universe. Don't just make it relate attain to one universe. Like with Jiren, I know they say Jiren is kind of stronger than the God of Destruction because you can kind of tell by the way he's fighting. But the thing is, like Jiren to me, like what makes him strong? Like I'm trying to figure out why he's so damn powerful. Because I understand he's strong as hell, but when fucking Hit got that one hit on him, and he was pushing that stuff back, and basically he was pushing. Hit was on that rock, and he's walking towards Hit. I'm like, come on, man. I know this man is strong and everything, but you gotta explain that shit. That man was dead and then frozen, bro. He was frozen.
Yeah.
You gotta explain that. You gotta explain that to me, dude. You gotta really explain that to me. Because even Beerus, I'm pretty sure if Beerus was hit by that, Beerus or guys like that, they would not. I'm pretty sure they won't be able to walk. They won't be able to survive that, man. Come on, man. You gotta understand this. What I'm talking about. Like if you're Beerus or the other guys of destruction, I can fully understand because they're guys. Their power level is they have destroyed planets, so I can fully understand from a premise from their standpoint because they're guys. But you talk about Super Saiyan here, man. Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4 don't count because you got Super Saiyan God, and then you got Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Blue, which is other Super Saiyan God form. So the question is, why are we, why are we just giving these forms out? And the thing is, like, and here's the thing: a lot of these people look at Kale, she lost control. The first time she was Berserker, now she can control it. No, man, explain that shit to me, dude. I'm sorry, man, because every time Broly, this is one thing I noticed about Broly. This is one thing. This is the only thing I respect about. This is the only thing I truly do respect when the Broly movies came out. When they said when Broly goes Berserker rage, he loses all control. He has no control of it. So you mean tell me Kale can go Berserker now and he has control over it? No, man. Look.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do the next episode, guaranteed.
I know the movies don't count. I know the movies don't count, but Broly, that's what I'm saying with Broly. Broly is a consistent character. He was strong. He loses control. He wants to kill Goku. That's his whole premise. He ain't trying to fuck around. He just trying to get to the point. And my point is, and the premise is that if that is the point, that's yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like the premise, what I'm saying is like, what is the premise? What's going on to? How come Universe 6 is able to control these forms, but meanwhile Goku and Vegeta, when Goku was Super Saiyan 3, when he went back to Super Saiyan 2, he was like, man, he still drinks my stamina. So the question is, if Goku's have to play by these rules, but Khalifa and Kid don't have to play by those rules, don't you think you kind of need to fucking even the writing out here? Like, what the hell?
It'll never be right again. This is just get hella dramatic. No, we already know what it is.
I mean, I know what it is.
I wanted to say this though. What we can rely on, because here's the thing about Super. They at the beginning they already said, Toriyama already said that he wanted to do a lighthearted thing. So he'll give us these moments of like, all right, this is good. This is like Dragon Ball Z. This is really good. Oh, look, that's a new power level. Oh, how strong is that? And then we can kind of go in our head and think, okay, is this person world breaker mode? Is he like universe? Can he like destroy it? And you can kind of match up that way with other universes, like how we usually see. Especially with any company that you see when they have really strong characters, Superman, for example. You want to say that?
But the
thing
thing is,
is, though, just worry about like the games, because there's going to be the games where you can customize your character. Now you got all these forms to choose from. It doesn't give a it doesn't matter. You can have Trunks. Well, I mean, that's not a good example. They should have given, like you said, I agree with you. They should have, if they're going to give Kafka Super Saiyan 3, why not give Trunks Super Saiyan 3, right? Let's do that.
yeah,
So when the games come out,
He's
we can
returning my
create our
power.
own character that is so strong and, you know, have our own adventure with that. That actually makes sense, you know?
yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it's like I feel like when it comes to Universe 7, they got rules and regulations. But when it comes to Universe 6, they ain't got no rules and regulations. They just get Super Saiyan without any going through, without any struggle with it. Like, that's the premise I'm saying. Like, power. That's what I want to discuss this so much. I'm saying it's like my thing is always been about Dragon Ball is that when it comes to Goku and Vegeta, they got rules to follow. Oh, this one blue, like when I think when the beginning of power on the turn of the beginning of the tournament of power started, and Whis, Whis says, he says that why don't Goku goes blue every time, because blue drains a lot of stamina. He's trying to save a lot of money, save a lot of energy generated. So I can kind of understand why he would go in and out
Oh shit, you guys hear that? There's more kids knocking on the door. They open this door. Oh shit! Look at that! It's fucking Gohan and Trunks. Hey man, here's a Super Saiyan 3 for both of you. Here you go. Super Saiyan 3 for you, Super Saiyan 3 for you. Oh, you have friends? Super Saiyan 2 for you, Super Saiyan 1 for you. Here you go. Don't forget to tell your friends. I'm passing out Super Saiyan forms like nobody's business.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing that pisses me off, man. I'm looking at these forms, saying to myself, it's like, okay, man, all right, Super Saiyan forms really don't matter. If this get to the point, I'm like, it's like, but here's the thing, I want power levels to be still keep, because I feel like it should hold us. But power levels should be appreciated, not just be given out. But the thing is, like, keep it consistent, man. That's all I ask. I often look at power levels, and that's what I mean with power levels is getting so to the point where it's like, okay, they have rules to follow here. It's like if you're a writer, you create a manga, right? I talk about, like, this is why I read the Dragon Ball books. I was in the comic book, so yesterday I was actually reading this book about Dragon Ball Z. I think it was doing the Boo, it was doing the Kid Boo arc, and they was talking about doing what's the other Boo? Damn, I forgot the Boo. I forgot the arc with Goku and Vegeta went Vegeta as the first time, and it was torn with Boo, and they was talking about it was actually what happened. They said that basically what if Vegeta killed Vegito. What if Vegito had killed killed Boo with Piccolo and Gotenks in it, and they didn't go in and tour around just so Boo can swallow them. And they was really thought was saying is that basically that Vegeta was that strong that he really could have did it, but they said that in the original anime it was completely different. And I read the books, and the books is more accurate more accurate when it comes to describing power levels than the anime, because it's fluctuate. Okay, one moment Goku's strongest, next moment Goku's weakest. And I said the same thing when that fight started with Jiren, when Goku started fighting Jiren for the first time. I knew Goku was gonna have a hard time with Jiren. I just saw him like, okay, you know what, this dude, something mysterious about this guy. When Goku went, Kaioken's time 10, I thought he was gonna be able to touch Jiren. And then he went Kaioken times 20, and then Goku just sitting there. He's going. I thought he would try to get one hit. Jiren was messing him up. I was like, okay. I can kind of understand why Goku would need a form to fight this guy. So when he got the new Ultra Instinct or the Limit Breaker form, I understood it from that point. Well, you know what? It makes sense. But the thing is, man, I just think these new forms these new forms are getting ridiculous, and I just think that people just need to get it's that, like Tomei is like, look, dude, like, be consistent with your writing, man. Have it all around. If Frieza was weak in Resurrection F, don't have it be going toe to toe with Goku in the episode, and when the episode's Dragon Ball Super knocking him out of the blue form. I'm just saying, man, that's all I'm saying. I ain't asking for much. That's all I want.
For writing, be consistent with the power levels.
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm saying. It's like you have to be consistent. It's like I think a lot of people. It's like I would let a lot of stuff pass a Dragon Ball Super if you just be consistent. Like if you had like the whole idea, I have always said this about power levels, is that if power levels really matter, if power levels is the 100% thing here, you gotta be consistent all around. Don't just have restrictions for Goku, because you notice with Goku, like you notice that with Goku, right? You notice that with Goku, right? When he got drained of all his power after he got out of the limit break of the Ultra Entry, new transformation, he went out. He was drained full of energy. He was drained out of energy. And Frieza gave him some energy Frieza gave him some of his energy. But the thing is, what I'm saying is like. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's my point. Goku was tired. But my thing is, if you got a tired Goku, because I'm pretty sure he was still tired fighting killing Khalifa. You got a tired Goku going toe-to-toe with a fully charged Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa, and he's roughing her around, he's toying with her. I'm like, come on, man. And she's supposed to be this strong character. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I just can't wait for the I haven't been gaming as much as I used to be in the past, but if I know Dragon Ball Fighter Z is coming out pretty soon, but I don't know. There was some good games coming out, so
actually don't Dragon Ball Fighter come out 2018? Don't Dragon Ball Fighter come out 2018?
I think so, yeah. But it looks all right. I mean, I haven't really checked it out. I just saw a trailer.
I was watching a demo. I was watching a demo. He was talking about like some of the fighting aspects of it, and they had Kill, they had Khalifa, they had Trunks, Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien. All of them they got, of course, they have Yamcha in there, but I know no one says fascination with that. But overall, I just think that, so guys, before we end this podcast, any closing thoughts before we end this podcast?
I'll say that I definitely look forward to the next episode after this one.
Yeah,
This is supposed to be really interesting.
When does Goku get the a limit breaker form again? Because I've been reading some. I've been listening to some of the spoiler episodes. I don't mind being spoiled because I want to know ahead of time so I can know what episodes to skip and what not to skip. But when does he get the new form again?
I honestly don't know. What I do know is that Vegeta and Toppo are supposed to be fighting. So, and they still haven't shown that fight yet.
Ooh, yeah, that's
a show.
Yeah, now who you think will win the fight though?
Hopefully Vegeta. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vegeta ends up getting pushed.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna push him though. I think Toppo's really gonna push him though. So what's your thought? Any closing thoughts on the podcast? What's your thoughts on it, so?
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you. But
any closing thoughts about the podcast? But any closing thoughts before we end the podcast? Anything you want to say about the episode Dragon Ball? I might do another episode of Dragon Ball Super this week. I don't know, because I might do that. I might actually hold me to the problem, guys, because this was a surprise thing. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, and this is episode, guys. It was episode 5 of Dragon Ball Podcast. I tried to get MU. I wanted to get Universe in here because I know he's a big Dragon Ball guy, because I know he's been on last few episodes. He haven't been on here, but this is episode 5 of Dragon Ball Podcast. See you guys next time. I don't know.